Excellent. And welcome to the last fan club of June, last fan club of the first half of the year. I'm hoping that all of you have looked at your business plan and you're looking at your goals. We're halfway through the year. Are you on track? It's a great time to say, hey, halfway, am I halfway to the number of, that freaked me out, Lisa, because Derek's Benson on there. And it's, oh, so much more attractive than what I see in the mirror. That's great. It's a great time to see, are you halfway to your goals? Do you need to put extra gas in the tank for July and August, so on and so forth? So, you know, now's a good time to assess as we move into the very, very busy season. I'm going to mute a couple of you. Make sure we want this to be an open forum, but if you're not chatting at the moment, do press mute because these microphones pick up everything. Susan Christensen has just entered our office and she's bringing on, yes,
I am.
Our first listing as a Coldwell Banker agent very shortly, so very excited about that. Okay, today we're talking about a brand new thing. Okay, we're talking about CBx Seller Leads. All right, and I've got this, I feel like a lawyer today, like I need to stand up and do like my preamble. I'm not going to do that other than to say right off the bat that this is not for everyone. I just had an agent come in and I said, are you going to stay for this? And she's like, you know, my pipeline's pretty full right now. I'm pretty busy. Great. Honestly, I would love it if everyone left this call in 15 minutes and said, I'm too busy with my own stuff to need that. That would make, I'd be like, we are doing the job right there because you're already so busy. You don't need more stuff, more spheres to be plucking people from. I'm sure that's not going to happen, but you understand that would be like music to my ears. It's always music to my ears, for instance, when an agent can't make a meeting or whatever because they're showing property or they have a listing appointment or something like that. Please miss everything we ever do because you are with clients. Yes, 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 yes. At any rate, this brand new tool, are all the kinks worked out yet? No, not quite. It's a Coldwell Banker tool. It lives in CBx Exchange. We'll get into all of that. The MDs manage it. So me and Keith and Eric and Chuck and Jeff and Julie, who had our grand opening last night in Edwards, and it was a smash. 130 people, 110 hot dogs and hamburgers in their new office in Edwards, Colorado. Just so excited for the second office to be open in Vail. Congratulations, Julie. Raise your hand so we all know who we're clapping for. Yeah. Excellent stuff. Anyway, we're going to get into it now. CBx Seller Leads. It's going to be a lot of work. But what CB has done, bless their hearts, because they're always thinking, how can we give our agents more juice? They have taken a bunch of data and they've aggregated it, or as Shawnee would say, aggregated it into stuff that agents can benefit from. This is a predictive science. Everything I'm about to show you is predictive. There is nothing solid. No one has called Coldwell Banker and said, I think I want to sell my house. Can you hook me up with an agent in Bozeman? CB is taking data and saying, based on the neighborhood sales, based on this home equity, based on how long ago it was sold, based on an empty nest situation, this home might be ready for sale, even though the sellers haven't even thought of becoming sellers. Do you see the rub here from the get-go? We are going to be distributing leads, we the MDs from Coldwell Banker, leads that I wouldn't call them cold, but your job will be to figure out a way to engage that owner to convince them that, yes, indeed, it is time to sell. Okay? Right off the bat, some of you might be squirming or getting a little sweaty and like, oh, I don't know about that. Great. I'm going to say it 14 more times. 1, 2. This is not for everybody. But you're supposed to be uncomfortable sometimes as a real estate agent. Okay, how is this all going to work? I've spent a ton of time typing a ton of words which are going to make all of you nauseous. But hey, Godfathers, how you doing? Sorry we haven't connected this week. My bad. Share screen. So I'm going to share my screen and hope I jump to the right thing. Okay, I've put together a 13-page slideshow, even though there's no slides on it. So a 13-page word show. Ooh, settle down. Aaron, just settle down. That is going to try to walk us through how this works. Okay? It's not super simple, but a lot of you have already been through the training video for it that CB Exchange has. You have to sign up for it. I think the next one is until July. But this is encapsulating that, and then, of course, you can do that training too. So we're going to walk through this. Here's the overview, and I'm sorry this graphic is so fuzzy. I copied it off of the website, and anytime you do that, things look really, really bad. All right, the overview. Basically, CB is using data involving home equity, family makeup, and other factors to predict when a homeowner may be ready to raise their hand. Hey, I want to sell, even though they don't know it. They don't even know they're ready. That's where an agent, which is to say you, comes in. If you choose to be a part of this program, and this is not a, this week I'll do it, next week I won't. This is, you're in or you're out for a 3-month period. If you choose to be a part of this program, the addresses of homes that CB predicts are going to be ready to sell will come your way. There's no names, there's no phones or emails, it's just the address in a zip code. Here's where a few more of you are like, oh, man, I've said it. This is not for everybody. This is going to take a lot of work. But these are homes. These are the structures themselves that Coldwell Banker predicts should be coming onto the market in the next year. And your job is to preempt all those other agents, to preempt the sellers making a call to someone they know and be there first to help them realize that maybe it's time for them to sell. Okay, so this is a different approach to leads than maybe a lead you get on the website. And Michael Ward, I saw you got a lead in Telluride. I think it's our first Telluride lead. Nice job. Hope you close it. I'll take 10% if you do. And so this is a lead. Just kidding. This is a lead that you have to really cultivate. Okay. Granted, the ones that come in off the website, you have to cultivate too. Absolutely. But you are sort of preempting. These are preemptive leads. But they can be just as valuable because you can be the person that they lean on from the very beginning, which I think has a lot of possible leverage for you as an agent with these homes. Okay, these are not listed properties almost all of the time. CB generates this, we distribute them. You're going to want to check the MLS. Is this home listed? Is it whatever, right? But for the most part, they're giving us information of homes that are not on the market. And they are not properties, like I said earlier, whose owners have called an agent. This is predictive science. And I put the quotes around science because I think using quotes makes people go, he uses quotes. Whatever. Did anyone think, Karen, did you think, he uses quotes? Or did you think he uses quotes? All right, sorry. How it works. Here's how it works in a nutshell, and I'm going to show you on CB Exchange how it works. So bear with me for the words, and then we'll look at the images. Just throw anything you need to tighten up here. All right, each manager broker, and I've already gone through that, Eric and Telluride and Chuck and Steamboat, so on and so forth, manages the seller leads in their office's zip codes. This isn't because we're fascist or anything. This is because Coldwell Banker has made these leads available to the broker or manager in the office only. They live, so we have like a quiver of leads, a quiver in the back where you keep your arrows. You can't go into CB Exchange and look through a bunch of leads, okay? MDs will assign the seller leads to agents as the lead comes online. Coldwell Banker is updating their list twice a week based on their data. And then I think this is probably true. MDs will assign leads on Tuesdays and Fridays. MDs are not going to sit and watch CB Exchange. Oh, there's one. We're going to try to systemize this a little bit. Okay. The agent the lead is assigned to will receive an email from their MD that they have received a lead. And I'm crafting an email so it's the same every single time. So it reads the same every time. These leads, once we assign them to you, they're not like IQO leads. They don't come to your phone. They don't come to your email. They live in CB Exchange, which is why the MD or perhaps the OM, we'll see what that looks like, is going to send you an email saying, you have just been assigned a lead. Here's how you go get it. Here's what you need to do every time. It'll be the same email, okay? So make sure, well, we'll talk about CB Exchange in a minute. Okay, the lead lives in CB Exchange. You do not get text or email, I just said that. So once you get that email from your MD or OM, you'll go directly into your CB Exchange Springboard. What is that? I'll show you in a minute. The agent will accept or decline in the CB Exchange platform. Why would you decline it? Maybe you want to be a part of this team, but you're just really busy right now, or you looked at the address and it's really outside of your wheelhouse, or whatever. Maybe you even know the owner and have a bad, I don't know. That would be my case.
Are you only sending these leads to the people that have already committed to those 3 months?
Okay, so great question. Susan just asked, who is going to get these leads? Are you only sending? MDs are only going to send them to the people who have raised their hand and said, I want to be part of this team, which you have to do by Tuesday of next week. Okay. Michael, is that you?
So okay. I want to ask a question.
Oh, okay. Who's this?
Eric.
Okay, Eric.
Why did Michael get a lead that I didn't give him?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm confusing the matter.
Eric, we just need to speak to that. The dairy ranch somehow.
That's not the lead.
I'm sorry.
That's not the lead you're talking about. Because I had dealt with those with the agent over in Vail before. I mean, I'm assuming that's what happened because she assigned a lead. She had an agent that got a lead for a Norwood piece of property, and he asked her who he should talk to in Telluride, and she said, talk to Michael Ward.
Yeah, so, no, I know. I was just joking. I know it was a different kind of lead.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I got that lead, and just to go over leads a little bit, I got that lead. I immediately sent out an email. We didn't have a telephone number for him. I sent him out properties that fit his parameter. Didn't hear back. I called back the agent. He called me back. He did not have a telephone number and couldn't get one. So I've just been following up, and I'll follow up a couple more weeks on sending him more information and see if he reappears.
Great. Okay. Excellent, Michael. And one of your upcoming trainings for Telluride, the new office online, will be about how to deal with the leads that come in. The lead, everybody, that Michael is talking about is not a CBx Seller Lead. It's an I2O lead. So don't feel like, why is Telluride already? They're not. This is from a different arena. Okay. So just want to make that very clear here. So Michael and Lynn, we will maybe even after this call, we can spend a little more time chatting about this. It sounds like you're doing everything right so far, following up even if they don't get back to you. Okay. So you're going to get this email from your OM or your MD. You're going to go on to CB Exchange. You're going to look at it. You're going to accept or decline. CB is giving you 72 hours to accept or decline, which seems like a long time, but these are not leads like a normal lead where you need to get back to them in 3 minutes, which is the average for the industry. These are people that don't even know that they're leads yet, right?
2 hours from the time the MD sends that to you, or 72 hours?
Robert, I think you just asked, when does that clock start, essentially? Once the MD, and I'll show you this mechanism, clicks assign. I'm not hearing you, so just hold on or send it in through a chat or text me.
Yeah, I think it's just extremely delayed.
Okay. Once I click assign and assign it to an agent who has said, I want to be on the team, that's when the clock starts. I'll send the email right then, but Coldwell Banker will give you, and this isn't me saying, 72 hours has passed. This is Coldwell Banker's mechanism. If once it's assigned to you in 72 hours, we're not hearing anything, boom, it comes back to the MD, because we don't, Coldwell Banker, and we don't want these leads, these preemptive leads, let's call them, sitting doing nothing. Okay.
Is that a pretty typical approach for leads from other platforms too? IQ leads?
You know, this is such a different approach to leads because
I mean, just the response time.
Response time, if you get a lead on your phone from IQO, whether it's from your Facebook posts or whatever, industry average, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, is how quickly you need to respond by saying, I accept, and getting in touch with the client. I know that sounds really fast, but hey, it's 2018, and all the studies show that if you're not hitting them back in 5 minutes, they're going to go somewhere else. Okay? Okay. Agent has 72 hours to accept this lead, accept or decline, or the lead returns to the pool. Okay, the MD distributes the seller leads in a rotation. So let's say Telluride, Eric, let's say 6 of your agents say, I want to do this. I will have that in a spreadsheet for you, and you'll be able to see it. And essentially, we're just going to go, okay, here's a new one, boom, goes to this person. Here's the next one, boom, goes to the next person on the list. Okay? Over a 3-month period, we hope that this becomes an equitable distribution of seller leads. Okay? We've got some glitches to work out about this right off the bat thing, and I'll go into that in a minute. But basically, everyone that says yes and who keeps up their end of the bargain by following through and actually doing the work and gets to stay on the team, you're on a rotation and you receive these as they come in. Okay. However, and MDs, this is something that we can talk about as a group. The MD, and Coldwell Banker makes this very, very clear. This isn't me saying this. The MD can use her or his discretion to match a particular seller lead that comes online to a particular agent that they know A, works that area, B, works that price point, C, blah, blah. So there will be times when an MD makes a discretionary call about this behind the scenes, but I just want you to know that the MDs, per Coldwell Banker's directions, have the ability to use their discretion on these. Okay. There is no guarantee as to how many seller leads will come to the MD. For instance, here in Sun Valley, we've got 22,000 people in the whole valley. Right now, I have about 15 seller leads sitting in my bank. This thing just came on last week, so it's not like we've been holding out. Bozeman, on the other hand, has a couple hundred, I think. And so based on where you are and where you do your work, you're going to have a different number of leads, obviously. Tell you right, I wouldn't expect with, I don't know how many homes you have, like 400 homes in the valley or something like that. There's not going to be a ton of seller leads. I know there's more than that. But do you understand the proportionality of this?
Yeah, I think we have about 12 right now in ours.
Okay. And this is by zip code. I'll show you that. So like here in Sun Valley, we have about 5 zip codes that apply to our valley. So I click all of those different zip codes and I get 3 in this one, 7 in that one, 0 in that, whatever. So your MDs have all this information about your zip codes and stuff. Okay? All right. That's kind of how it works from here they are to here they come. So this isn't the live look, but hopefully by now you know what CB Exchange looks like. You go to cbexchange.com. Let me just stop it. You go to cbexchange.com, okay, and I click on my my springboard is right here. This is how I get into the mall. We went over this last week, I think. CB Exchange is the mall, shopping mall for all things Coldwell Banker, and these are Coldwell Banker leads. How do I get into this store? Well, I can either go through the search thing here, or I can go to the specialty stores through the springboard. I click that. It's the very first link here. Okay? These aren't alphabetical or anything. I think they're based on, I don't know what they're based on. But anyway, CBx Seller Leads. This is the link. Let's see. Should I click on it? I think I'm going to click on it. You're going to get my look, which is the manager's look as opposed to the agent look. But basically, I click on this. It goes to this weird end scope thing. That must be the special platform they have to use. You won't have to log in because you're already logged in. This is what I think it looks like for an agent. Predicting the next move. This is predictive science. When you get an indication for your MD, you'll come in here and you will look at my prospects. Okay? I'm not going to do that because I don't get them. But this is where you're going to come to retrieve the lead you were sent. Okay? All right, we'll come back to this screen in a little bit, but let's come here. So here's my springboard. Here's CBx Seller Leads. Here's 2 really big blue arrows that overstate the case. This is what it looks like for me and for Julie and for Eric and for Rick and Chuck and Jeff and Keith. Maybe it's on. Okay, I've blued out the addresses here so none of my Sun Valley agents can poach the address ahead of time.
Yeah, so many.
But this is what it looks like, and this is really fascinating, okay? So CB is breaking your potential seller leads up into 3 groups. Young couple, they want to move. Maybe they just got married. Whatever, new job. Empty nester, they're using aggregate data about people whose kids have graduated or they've been living in a house for 7 with only 2 people.
They bought it in 13.
and school age. Okay, these are three of the things they use. They also use home equity. That's this bar here. So in these 2, 4, 6 entries, they're all from Haley, which is our main residential town. All 6 of these qualify in 2 ways. One is home equity, meaning that their equity is increased to a point where they could be enticed to sell because, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Owner, your home has gone up. Look, you purchased this at $395,407. I mean, you don't want to go in and say that. You don't want to sound like, the Terminator or whatever. But it also has a suggested list price right here. Bless you. It says when it was purchased. These folks purchased this home on September 12th of 2014 at this price. Lots and lots of information. This one means that the home, what does this one mean? It means the home is painted yellow. I don't know what it means. Did anyone that take the training remember what this one means? Okay.
I don't, but it seems like the next one, the one that was bought at 900,000. If you can look at the potential seller and say, we think the house is worth almost $3 million today. What do you think? I mean, that seems like it would be a great way to get the listing.
Totally.
Just
I mean,
use it.
yeah. We're going to talk about how to approach the first conversation in a bit, and I've got some scripts at the end of this. What I really want to caution people is don't be Mr. or Mrs. Know-it-all, right? Don't go and say, hey, I've got this great tool in my office that lets me predict that you might want to sell. No. You don't want to sound like Big Brother. All of this stuff is public record. You could go at least in Sun Valley, I think all the other markets, you can go into the assessor's site and find out when the heck any home was sold for any price. So this isn't like, some pigeon dropped it on your head. You could go find this, but what CD is doing is they're doing it for you to tell you which ones they think are possibly ready to go. So in this, let's see, let me just keep moving on here. This is what my screen looks like, not yours. Once you get 3 or 4 leads, I think your screen will look a little bit like this, okay? This is where, Julie, we get to start assigning. We click this folder right here, and then the start assigning lights up, and you can click that. And then here, Julie, this is for MDs, folks, but this is really the MD's first training on this too. Here is, after I click this button here, start assigning, here is my list of all my agents in my office. But you will have a list of here's all the agents in your office, here's your list of agents that have joined the team. So you will pass through a lot of these and choose the one who is next on your team's rotation, okay? And you'll just highlight them, and then you click assign, and then you'll send the email because they don't get any indication. Please go to CV Exchange and see the prospect I've just assigned you. Okay, Julie and other MDs? Okay, back to the agent side of things. Accepting and working the seller lead. I just want to stress, this is number 5.
So Derek, the system, once I assign the lead, the system doesn't notify them. I have to go back out to my email and just send them a standard email.
Correct. The idea that Coldwell Banker would love is that agents are checking their CV Exchange on a daily basis. If you're part of this team, it's a good practice. But we're not going to let you down and like, I got you a prospect. We're going to let you know these things, okay? That's our commitment to you. All right, this is not easy. This is not going to be easy. You don't have, did you notice there on that screen, did you see a name and an email and a phone number and a license plate number and what time they eat out on Thursday evening Mexican? No, this is an address. This is all that's sitting there. There's no screens that you can go, but you have assessors lists. You have other ways to find people's information. You also know the stinking address, and you have feet and hands, and you can go like that. I know that that's out of vogue right now, but, oh, here's a joke. Knock, knock. That's the joke. So When the agent accepts the lead, sorry, Julie, I know that it was a rough night last night. Last thing you need is bad jokes. But when the agent accepts the lead, it is 100%. This is me talking. This is our company talking. This is your MD talking. It is 100% expected that you will do the work to convert the seller lead into a listing and maybe even a buyer because, hey, if they're going to list their home, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? They have to go live somewhere else. They have to go buy something. Sweet. Since the seller lead is in the form of an address, the agent has some legwork, elbow work, whatever to do. Steps to conversion may include, and this is where I'm like, you're all agents, you know this. You're going to get this slideshow, by the way, so don't feel compelled to write this stuff down. But assess your sites, prepare a CMA for the property, which you can do. Find the phone and email via white pages, knock on the door with some information, have a bio and a sales history of yourself, have a marketing package ready, have card, look nice, wash your car, send them a letter or packet since you have the address. One agent who's gone through the training has already asked, is there a postcard that lives in Express Docs that we can use for this? We will make that. Put them on a drip campaign, go water their lawn, in other words. Work the lead as you would any other. No, Julie, that one didn't work. The drip campaign, water their lawn.
No.
All right, enter the lead into your contacts in IQO. We can talk about that, but here's, and I don't want to get hung up on this, please, let's not ask any questions. You cannot enter leads into your IQO. Those happen automatically when they come to you from outer space. You would enter this as a contact, and you're going to start a new contact type called CBx Seller Leads, and you're going to put them in there. That way they're all in the same place. That way someone like me or your MD can look at those because we can come in and look at your stuff. And it's a great way just to keep straight where those people are, where they came from. I know that sounds really complicated. I'll go into that in more detail after people say yes to this. I don't want to bore you with these details right now. I'm still waiting for the drip campaign. Water your lawn, laugh, Julie. God dang it, I'm going to have to try harder. Accountability. This is where it's going to get really sticky. And MDs, we have some work to do on this. Please, even though this is written in PDF, it's not in stone yet, but what we can't have is for people to say, oh, to be part of this team sounds great. I got a bunch of leads. I'm going to go knock on doors. And then you make one phone call. Didn't get a hold of them. Dead. No. A lead takes, on industry average, 15 attempts to get them to get back to you. 15 contacts, texts, emails, Facebook messages, door knocking, airplane writing. It takes 15 attempts on average to get a lead to get back to you. If you do not want to worry about that type of effort, then 6. I've got 7 more times I can say this. This is not for you. This is a lot of work. It may not be for you. This is not for everyone. But we want to see you convert these into leads, into buyers and sellers. We can't micromanage you. You're all professional agents. You've been hired by us because we believe in you. We can't. I'm not going to ask Susan every day, did you try 3 times to get a hold of this person today? I'm going to trust you're going to do it. We have to trust that you're going to put the time and effort in to turn these addresses into sellers, and that's no small feat, especially given that you have to start from just an address. So towards that end, and Julie, this is not written in stone. Don't think, oh my God, where's this on my calendar? We'll figure this out. But what I'd like to see happen in each office is the MDs every 2 weeks meets with their seller leads team to get an update on where everybody is with the leads that I've distributed to you. Okay, and this isn't like do more work. It's like, okay, what'd you do that worked there? What didn't work there? And let's benefit from each other's expertise. Let's make sure that MDs know that we are assigning leads to people that are following through. I'm not going to ask you to turn in your work and show me the 8 places where you contacted them, but the expectation, if you are part of this team, is that you are going to do that. Okay? Probably every 2 weeks. Now, that's totally office dependent. I'm not going to say every office on Wednesday at 3 is going to do this because I don't know what every office's schedule is. It's probably going to be in the morning, early in the week. I don't know.
So, Derek,
yes,
so
sir.
Derek, you know, you're going through every week or every 2 weeks you have this lead meeting, and I'll tell Eric, you know, these people have said, you know, they don't want to sell, they don't want to do this. Please stop contacting me. well, then I'm assuming you stop contacting them. But if they just say, you know, we're not ready to sell right now, I would think that it would behoove us to then put them on our monthly newsletter. Is that kind of what you're thinking?
If I may be so bold, abso-freaking-lutely. The only time a lead, and this is for seller leads, this is for IQO leads, this is for people you meet on the street, the only time they should be considered dead in your CRM is when they say, leave me alone. Jennifer Colson in Vail, one of the top producing agents in Vail, has a story. I think it was a 7-year courtship, so to speak. 7 years on a newsletter and a Happy Holidays campaign. After 7 years, this person finally showed up and said, I'm ready to do some work. Okay? It's the long game for sure with that. But Michael, you're exactly right. Unless they tell you stop bothering me, you keep them somehow connected to you on a monthly basis, if not more. Okay? All right. This is where I go into the IQO, set up a IQO contact type called CBx Seller Leads contact type. I would love it if it's the same for everyone on the team, so that it's really easy for all MDs to see it. For me, because I can see everybody's contact stuff, to go in and say, okay, here they are, great. Okay. And there's going to be times when you do not ever make contact. We get that. These meetings won't be like, well, try harder, try harder. These meetings will be like, okay, sometimes it's not going to work. Let's just keep doing the best practices. Okay, and since this program is new, and since we have 7 offices that we're trying to all correlate, agents, you have to trust that the MDs and the agent services program, that's you, Shawnee, are going to hone this and make it better as we move along. Okay, it's not going to work 100% correctly right out of the gate. It's like a baby. Okay, no, that's probably a poor analogy. You better be better than the baby. Okay, how to get on the distribution list for seller leads. So we've gone through a bunch of like, okay, here's how it all works. I figured I'd put that first before I tell you how to get on, because I'm only seeing 4 people right now because I'm in my shared screen. Everybody might have left. Great, I don't even care. I care. But now I want to tell you how to be a part of this. Okay, this is not a sometimes in, sometimes out program. Okay, the MDs will have a list of the participating agents, and that will be the pool they distribute the leads to. This is a 3-month program, folks. Not that it's going to end in 3 months, but this team is available for 3 months. Then we'll reboot and offer it out again. Maybe it'll be 6 months next time. I don't know. We have to see how that works. But you have to say yes to us by Tuesday, July 3rd. And I know it's the holidays, but we got to get this going, because Bozeman is like, I have 200, Jeff. I don't know if you know Jeff, but his hair got messed up when he was talking to me about it. So you know he was really salty about it. So we have to get this going. You have to let me, your MD, and your OM know, just put us all in one email by Tuesday, July 3rd, that yes, you want to do this. If you don't want to do it, please don't clog up our emails by saying, well, I thought about it. Wouldn't it be cool? No. Yes, I want to be a part of this team. Excellent. I put you on a spreadsheet. I've already got 4 people who went through the training on CBX to CB Exchange on a spreadsheet in Grand Junction. You will know if you're on the team by the 6th. Your MD will have a complete list by the end of the day, Friday, July 6th. Okay? MDs will begin distributing seller leads Monday, July 9th. Julie, hope you're not on vacation. I don't want to do it this coming week because it's July 4th week, and I think there's a holiday. And so we're going to let everybody say yes. And then we'll start delivering these leads on Monday the 9th. You can drop out of the pool. You can drop out of the team with an email to me and to your MD. That's fine. If you're like, oh, man, I tried to, and it's way more work, and I haven't gotten any ROI. Okay, good. You want to be out? Better for everybody else. You can't jump into the pool on August 4th, though. Okay? What you can do is if you're going on vacation, you can let us know, and we'll just sort of strike through your name on the spreadsheet and skip over you until you're back. That's fine. But you can't jump in and out. The pool will be closed for 3 months, meaning next time you join it will be in early October. However, agents new to the company, let's say that Julie recruits 17 more agents in Vail in the month of August, which I wouldn't put it past her, they can all join in if they want to by going through this training as well as the CB Exchange one and convincing us that they deserve to get these seller leads. The MD can dismiss an agent from the pool, like a lifeguard, if it is clear they are not doing the work to convert the seller leads they are assigned. If you're like, I'm all about this, I want to do it, and you've declined the last 3 that you got, or you got 3 and haven't seen any indication in the meetings or in your IQO that you've done anything, we only want people that want to work these and turn these into business on the team. So the MD can have a conversation. If that doesn't work, we'll ask you to leave to make more room for other people, okay? And as I say, declining too many leads may lead to dismissal from the team. A question is going to come up, and I hope I have the answer. I might change my mind. If I decline a lead, if I'm given a lead, I go in, I look at it, it's like, that neighborhood gives me the willies. I grew up there, and there's a dog that terrorized me. Decline. Where do I go in the rotation? That's a great question. Probably you don't go to the bottom, I don't think. And Julie, it seems to me that unless we're babysitting our CB Exchange thing all the time, that if an agent declines, they should not only decline in CB Exchange, but they should send an email to me, to you, to the MD, so that we know, right? Because otherwise, I mean, we can't be sitting there all day looking at these seller leads either. Okay. All right, other thoughts and concerns. CBx Seller Leads aren't for everyone. They're not.
Is there a referral due to the company on these?
I'm sorry?
Is there a referral due to the company on these?
This is a Coldwell Banker program. They have provided this information for us. It's there. There is no referral fee.
Okay.
Okay. CBx Seller Leads aren't for everyone. You do not have to be involved in this program. This is not a mandatory thing at all. We only want the people that are hungriest and best to be doing this. We want people who need to be doing a little bit more business. If you're already stressed about things, this is only going to add to that, so don't take it on. The number of prospects is different in each market. Sun Valley has about 15, I said. The list is updated bi-weekly. We'll check it once a week, twice in the larger markets of Bozeman and Grand Junction. That's probably an error there. I did this in over a few days. So I think we're going to send these out twice a week. There's no referral fee. The program has just started, so there's a backlog. This is important, folks. There's a backlog of leads in the campaign. We are not going to release all of the leads in one torrential downpour of leads. Like if Bozeman has 200 leads in all of their zip codes, because Montana's a huge state, and they have 8 agents that say yes to this, each agent is not going to get 25 seller leads. That's not going to happen for a lot of reasons. One is that would be overwhelming, and 2, we are going to do this so that we can maximize the interest of our agents long term. This is a recruiting tool we can use as the MDs. We want to be able to say we have, so we're not going to stockpile them and hoard them, but we're not just like, hey, here you go, everybody. It's Christmas time in Disney. It's not quite the case. Depending on how many are in a given market, agents might expect to receive a few more than usual at the outset of the program, okay? All right. Mr. Conklin, how you doing there, Todd?
It's Comedy Central, always.
Oh, and you didn't even have to pay for this.
And I wasn't talking about your looks.
No, I know, and I'm glad you weren't, because I'm a little sensitive today. Ever since Josh Anderson posted that image on Facebook of someone combing hair after I posted a video, I've been in a hat most days. Seriously, I'm like Michael Ward.
Good to see everybody.
All right, hi Todd, bye.
Michael, I hope you're feeling better, bud.
It's muted.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. I've been a little bit loopy for the last 3 or 4 days.
I almost had to take it away from him.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might challenge Lynn to corroborate that you might have been loopy before the surgery, but you know.
Hey now.
You'll have a great day.
All right, thanks.
All right, I'm no agent, but I play one on Zoom podcast. So here's some scripts that I typed up. You have way better ones, and I'm going to show you where you can find even way better ones. But here's some scripts for your seller leads. First of all, as I said, and please, 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 like Charlie Young, the president of Coldwell Banker, he would smack himself silly if he knew any of our agents, his agents, Coldwell Banker agents, were out there, knock, 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 knock. Well, I've got this great tool in my office that lets me know that when you bought your home, how many kids you have, that you're a young couple, that you're home. Don't do that. Don't give away the secret, okay? You have to couch your approach to these prospects. You're not lying or anything, but you have to couch it as an agent who is simply canvassing an area. This is a great, Mr. and Mrs. Summer, this is a great neighborhood. When I drive by here, your house strikes me as the coolest setting in this whole neighborhood. I'm a real estate agent. I would love to talk to you about putting this on the market. The market is great right now in this neighborhood, or the market is horrible right now in this neighborhood, and your house can turn, whatever. But you're not telling them, I have a tool, and you're not talking about me, I hope, but I have a tool in my office that told me to come and knock on your door. Don't do that. I got time for that. All right, it's big brothery, it's creepy. Yeah, that was good, Julie. You like that one? That was much better, wasn't it? All right. You're going to use a neighborhood canvassing approach as if you're hitting several homes in the area, which, by the way, you can do. There's no law against, let me say this real quick. There's no law against using this address and preparing 5 CMAs and knocking on 5 doors. You can do that. Why not use it as 4, 5 door knocks? I would. Here's a script for a yes. I got this from How to Influence People and Pick Up People in Bars. Have the CMA, have a packet prepared. Don't go knock on the door without something to leave behind because maybe they don't answer, maybe they say no. Give them a leave behind. CMA, great. Have your bio, great. Have some sales history so they know you're not, brand new. Have your company's sales history if you don't want yours. Have a little bit of a neighborhood. Here's what's happened in your neighborhood in the last 6 months. Testimonials. Have some stuff for them to leave behind. Lynn, I always feel like you're going to punch me when you do that. All right, so knock, knock. Here's the joke. Can I help you? Julie, you be the agent, okay?
All right. Well, am I
You're knock, knocking.
knock?
Can I help you?
Hi, my name is Julie, and I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties. And the neighborhood is very active, and I would like to talk to you about your home. Do you have a moment for me?
My house isn't for sale.
Well, I know that. I'm here because many homes in this neighborhood have been built, have built a great deal of equity. Sorry, my cursor's in the way.
Yeah. So here are 4 different options. Like you don't have to read them all, Julie, but maybe it's equity. You can go make sure you know on that screen why this home is a possible prospect. Is it home equity? Is it empty nesters? Is it a young couple? Is it lots of activity in the area? Right? So plan your script accordingly. If you know that they don't have home equity, don't say, hey, I think you probably have a lot of home. No, this is where you really got to be the expert. So maybe you've sold homes in this neighborhood. Don't say it if you haven't, because they'll want to know, and you'll be like, just kidding. Make sure you know how you're going to approach each of these homes that you're approaching. And this is the knock-knock scenario, okay? All right, keep going, Julie. Sorry, write it. I want.
So I just wanted you to be aware of what your home might be worth in today's market so you can make the best decision possible.
Well, that's interesting, but I haven't seen too many signs for sale signs around.
Well, yeah, that may be true. It is a seller's market right now, and if you've had thought of putting your home on the market, my professional team will do the very best job of marketing your home and securing you a great sales price. Because there aren't many homes in the area for sale, you will command a lot of attention in the real estate market. I would love to get to know you and your home better. Would now be a good time to do a quick walkthrough to your home? It would help me be more accurate in my evaluation.
Well, no, not right now, but what you're telling me is that, we've been here 6 years, I'll be honest with you, and we do talk about what's next. So let us take a look at, it looks like you have some materials there. Let us take a look. Can we take that and get back to you?
Of course, that would be terrific. Thank you. It's been a real pleasure speaking with you. Here's some information I prepared for you. Could I get your phone number? I'll call you in a couple days to see what the next steps are.
Or whatever your tagline is. Obviously, like Julie's reading through that huge block of words, and you're not going to go on that long unless you or me. So just make sure that you're putting your best foot forward, that you get some contact information. But if they don't give you a phone number and email, that's fine. Come and knock. Okay. And if they say, no, I'm not going to give you a phone. Okay, well, I'll be back in a couple days after you've had a chance to look at this. If you show that commitment, that's going to make an impact. Okay. All right. Next time you show up, or actually in your packet, you should carry with you a marketing agreement. Because what if they're like, we have been waiting for someone. This is what we've been praying for. If you don't have a marketing agreement or a blue brochure for them to sign, whatever it is in your market, a paper bag, whatever, then you've just maybe lost the chance. Because there might be some realtor sitting down the street they just knock. I'm going to go in, and as one of my agents, I'm going to go Zeke on that line or something like that. Okay, here's the script for a no. Can I help you? Yeah, my name's so-and-so. If you have a moment for me, no. Well, let me leave you this. Leave something with them, and they say thank you. Then go back in a couple days. Even though they said no, they didn't say don't come back to my house. You've given them something of value. You've let them process it. Maybe it'll change their mind, and you're going to go back and you're going to show that commitment, and you're going to possibly get them to reconsider the no. Okay? These scripts are simply scripts. There's plenty of them. I'm going to show you how to find them in just a moment. It's 11:46, so we're going to move ahead. Links for more CBx Seller Leads information. Silly me. I was going to show this at the beginning, so play.
We have been helping you win your unfair share of listings since CBx reimagined the list.
Everybody hear that okay? Yeah. This is a 2.5-minute promo video for agents by Coldwell Banker. This is in CB Exchange. It lives on YouTube. So I'm just going to play it for 2.5 minutes because she'll be able to tell you in 2.5 minutes what I've taken 45 minutes to tell you.
Listing experience when it first launched in 2015. And now we're innovating once again to deliver high-value seller leads by expanding the CBx technology suite to include the game-changing CBx Seller Leads, a platform that delivers leads that convert at twice the industry rate. In an environment where inventory is critically low in most markets, finding sellers and winning listings is a huge challenge. It's also the key to outperforming the market and driving productivity. That's where CBx Seller Leads comes in. It uncovers hidden inventory using our proprietary algorithms and predictive analytics to identify the households that are most likely to list and sell their home. Here's what makes CBx Leads really powerful. We are identifying those households before they even raise their hand or reach out to an agent. And just like the CBx listing experience, there is no extra cost for you to use this market-leading product. Plus, these leads come to you with more than just an address. You also get context. CBx Seller Leads show you why a household was identified as likely to sell, setting you up with critical information to help you make an impact when you contact that lead. How does it work? Your broker or manager will distribute leads out to you. All you'll have to do is go into CBx Seller Leads, review and accept them within 72 hours, and then from there, you can use your profile information in CBx Seller Leads to customize your marketing and the insights from the CBx listing experience to pull together pricing and marketing recommendations, helping to ensure that you win that listing. To get started, join us for a WebEx. Get hands-on training to learn about the product and how to access it via the springboard on CB Exchange. Adding CBx Seller Leads to the CBx technology suite helps you become more productive in every step of your journey, from getting a lead to winning a listing to finding the right buyer, helping you win your unfair share of the market with a suite of products that no other company can even come close to offering. We are incredibly excited about the potential for CBx Seller Leads to impact your business and help you stand out in a competitive marketplace. Head to CB Exchange and search Seller Leads to learn more.
Okay, so some of you have taken that webinar. It's available again in July. I'll make sure you have the links to it when I send out the recording of this. Looks like I've missed a couple chats, so let me just check those. Kelly Mays, I stepped out for a second. Is there a referral fee on the program? There is for you, Kelly. Dang it. Is there an app for our cell phones for CB Exchange? I don't think so. No. Godfather's saying no. So Donna, I don't think there's an app for CB Exchange, but I don't want to.
I'm just trying to figure out, Derek, how best to, let's say I'm down in Montrose for the day grocery shopping and I get this lead. How can I do it if I can't pick it up on my cell phone really easily?
So again, these are not quite as time sensitive, which doesn't mean dawdle. It just means that these are people who have not said, I want someone to contact me. So
but I won't know that. What I'm saying is I won't know that it came in
it
necessarily if I can't look it up.
Yeah, the MD or the OM will email every time one of these is sent. And so it'll show up, and next time you check your email, it'll be in there from your MD saying, and it's going to be the same thing every time, folks, no matter your market. Just sent you a seller lead in CB Exchange. Go get it. And so
that was my misunderstanding.
And you have 72 hours to accept.
That's correct. And again, that is not a Derek thing. That's a CB thing. If you do not do anything for 72 hours, and I don't think they count weekends. Like, I mean, what I mean to say is I think it's 72 hours no matter what. Okay? It's not like business hours or something like that. But then it'll go back to the pool if you do not act on it. You can decline it, of course, like I said, but be careful about declining too often because we're going to say, okay, you're taking up someone's space by being too picky or whatever. Okay, so those were those questions. What else was in that? Okay, objection. Here's some scripts that I wanted to show you, and I'm not going to click on those links because I want to make sure everybody knows that you have a wealth of information available to you in IQO. All the scripts you could ever want live in IQO, which I hope, there it is. Okay, here's my homepage on IQO. Keep in mind, IQO is your CBDP office. CB Exchange is your Coldwell Banker shopping mall. IQO is your I'm like Beethoven, CBDP office. This is where all the forms you need to do your business live. Telluride, you'll be happy to know that your Telluride marketing materials are now in here. Anything you need from a materials standpoint lives in files. I come here to files. I come to documents library. It's a treasure trove of stuff. Okay? And we're going to take a look at it. Sometimes it's IQ slow, but okay. Newest documents, stuff that's just been uploaded because maybe that's valuable. Most popular things. This means like, oh, people use this all the time. I want it handy. Scripts, all the stuff that I try to do lives in education. So I come to this wing of the library, I click on it. There's one sheets galore in here, so everything you'd ever want to know about Instagram or video shop or listing presentations or listing photos lives in this one. Here's where I have a bunch of scripts. And actually there's some down here too that don't have a folder. But here's where I have scripts. So if I click on that scripts folder, did I click? Yeah, it's all about that college in Southern California. No, it's got all this stuff in here, 21 objection handlers from Inman. Take a look at it. Click on it, download it, read it. You have nothing else to do. Mike Ferry objection handlers. So if you don't like Mike Ferry and you object to him, this is where you go to learn how to handle Mike Ferry. Scripts from Sales Edge. Thanks, Julie. This is Tom Ferry's 64-page script book. Do not download and print out, please. Please. Telephone scripts. When you're talking on the phone, there's like 19 in here, something like that. Top 38 objection handlers, and what you say matters. This is, what is that? That's just a big book about how you talk and all that stuff. I put it in scripts. Anyway, all that stuff lives in my education folder. And I can backtrack out of here this way. Telluride, those of you on the call, let me just show you right now. There's two, this is confusing. Telluride office doesn't have a ton of stuff in it. All of us offices have a lot of things in marketing materials. So if I want my listing presentation or if I want my CDs, I go to marketing materials, and then I'm going to come down here to Telluride marketing materials if I'm a Telluride agent. It says no documents in this category. Don't freak out. That's just because there's no loose floating documents. But you see there's two folders. If I want my listing presentation, I click here, okay? Don't print it out. It's 41 megabytes. You can't email it, but what you can do is you can copy this. You can click that. There's a link. I copy it, I put it in an email, and I tell the person who lives in New York and wants my listing presentation, click on this link to download my listing presentation. And this one is Telluride specific. So this is a way to send your 40 megabyte listing presentation to someone digitally. Pretty cool.
Derek,
Yes, sir.
can you customize that listing presentation? In other words,
Not at this time. This is the PDF hard and fast that marketing has generated for each agent. What you can do if you have a PDF merger on your computer, that the program exists, you can get it for free, is you can then put your bio PDF in there. You could do that, and boy, I don't want to get into the weeds about it, but it's probably something that we could do as a company in terms of a training. Like, here's how you do a PDF merge. So you can take your one-page bio and the 40-page listing presentation. So let me think about that, Robert, okay? This isn't just Telluride specific. Obviously, I'm in Telluride's folder, but this is for everybody. If you go to the Sun Valley marketing materials, same thing. Oh, oops, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. Okay, now I have in here my Telluride marketing packages, my CB 1, 2, and 3. This is if you want to print it out and there aren't any available in the office, you can come here and print it out. Or again, if you want to email it to somebody, you would click that copy link, and it's a link, and it goes to a download that the person can do. So your CB 1, 2, and 3 are in here. Okay, those all live in marketing materials. If you wanted something else in marketing, the Real Trends Report, everybody I hope remembers that we're in there 7 times for 2017, our company. If you wanted to read that, that's in there. Coldwell Banker logos, marketing roadshow things are in here. Whole bunch of stuff. Stuff Beyond Media, our in-house production company, which is doing such a great job with all the videos, is in here, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that is all of that. That's what I can tell you about CBx Seller Leads to start with. In my recording email that I'm going to send you, I am also going to send you the video from the listing domination event, which happened in Grand Junction and Bozeman that Kelsey Fulton ran. Most of us in the resorts got the Global Luxury one. This was the other one happening. So you're going to get this link. This is all about how to use CBX and social media and et cetera to win your unfair share of listings. So I know I'm jumping around, but we're trying to, what are we trying to do? We're trying to make sure you have as many fireworks at your disposal as humanly possible so you can have the biggest, bangiest July 4th in the history of your real estate career.
Tell us again where to find this video for the listing domination.
I'm going to put it in the email that I'll send this afternoon with the link to this video and all of that. Okay. Hey, Jason Montrose, good to see you. It sounds like you've got a few things under contract. Really psyched about that. It came from Alan. So anyway, we have 2 minutes left. This can go beyond 12, but I don't want to waste anyone's time. What questions does anyone have that would benefit everybody? We can do personal ones later. Are there any big picture questions? Mr. Greenberg, were you on early enough to know when you have to email me by to be on in the team?
I already did.
What's the date?
What was it? June 3rd or July 3rd?
July 3rd, so Tuesday, okay? By the end of the day, Tuesday, your MD, your OM, and I need to hear from you, okay? If you want to do this. MDs and OMs, we don't have a huge audience today, so I will make sure that everybody hears this, but it might not be a bad idea hearing, especially if you have particular agents you think would benefit from this. I'm looking at Julie because she's the only MD I can see, to make sure that they are aware of this and that there are timelines attached to it, okay?
So Derek, you'll get an email from us either today or tomorrow also.
Okay, I'll be looking for that. That's good. What other big picture questions before I announce the couple of folks who had big sales this week? Anything else? Excellent. I have one minute. Oh, Kelly, sorry, that was private. Stupid me. We had 2 big sales over the last week. Remember, I'm going to try at the end of this to just say, hey, shout out to agents who had higher end sales over the last week. Last week we had 6 or 7. This week we only had 2, but they were Kate Embry in Bozeman. Ashley, nice job. Closed on a $1.3 million sale that he was listing. And then in Montrose, Lisa, nice work. Ken Van Skeever and Dennis Bailey double-sided sale for $520,000. So that's an awesome thing to get both ends of that. Love that. So looking forward to being able to talk about all of you in terms of big sales and all of that kind of stuff, because I think you have the tools and you certainly have the ability to be doing that. Next time I see you, I'll be much more independent, and hope that is helpful. Have a great week and weekend, and thanks for tuning in, and we'll stay in touch, okay?
Thank you so much, Derek.
Thanks,
Okay, my pleasure. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.